Dale Earnhardt.
And he looks high. And off the turn, but Earnhardt's taking his route. He's been taking. Bobby Labonte has moved right up there with him, too. That 18 car has come from pretty far back.
So it looks like those two-tire stops that Mark Martin and Jeff Burton, a couple of cars made, did not work out too well for them, Ned.
I don't think so, because they had a full run to make, almost 100 miles to make on them, although the left side tires, they say, have not been wearing that badly today, but still had some heat in them, and you wonder if it was the smart thing to do.
Dale Earnhardt started this race in 38th position. And a Hardee's field summary shows you the points right now. Gordon moves up another, and so does Tony Stewart, as Jeff Burton, because of that incident, drops down 2 spots in the point standings to 6th. The last time a race was won from 38th position was Jeff Burton at Loudon earlier this year. Last year, Bill Elliott, rather in 1988, Bill Elliott did it from the 38th starting spot at Daytona. And you go way back to 1953 at Raleigh when Fonty Flock won from 43rd starting position, and Johnny Mance won the first Darlington in 1950 from 43rd starting position.
Boy, this entire crowd are on their feet right now, Bob. They know that they're seeing another great race here at the Michigan Speedway, much better than we saw in June here.
And the two guys that are battling for the lead, Dale Earnhardt in the 3-car, Jeff Gordon in 24. They haven't had a chance to do this very much, not since the Daytona 500, as a matter of fact. And here comes Gordon. Does he have a run? Does he have the room?
And Jeff Gordon battled with Earnhardt yesterday in the Busch Series race. Dale Earnhardt Jr., that is. And he ended up winning, of course.
Junior did.
So at this point, a big weekend for the Earnhardts. Pennzoil Copter cam is following the top 3 for you from overhead Michigan Speedway down the backstretch. Earnhardt, Gordon, and Bobby Labonte.
Well, Jeff Gordon tried something different that last corner and lost 3 or 4 car lengths. I'm not sure he wants to try that again.
He's searching for a spot that'll make that DuPont Chevrolet just a little bit faster.
Mark Martin and Dale Jarrett are battling for the 5th position.
As Tony Stewart has been able to get by and take over that spot in the Home Depot Pontiac.
Now Mark drops back to 6th.
Well, you just mentioned it, Ned, but it is a completely different race than what we saw in June when Dale dominated this race, led all but about 50 laps. We didn't have any cautions. We talked about it earlier as we see Jeff Gordon now trying to take the lead away from Dale Earnhardt. Is it because of the tire situation, or what's different about today? Gordon looks like he's going to get it.
He's on the outside. That's the spot he wants to be.
Whoa.
Got him in turn 1.
It's because of cautions, Bob. That's why we're seeing a better race. There were no cautions in June, and we've had several here today. Bunched the cars up. Had a chance. The teams have had a chance to work on their cars more than they did on green flag pit stops in June.
And now Earnhardt's going back on the inside of Gordon. Jeff Gordon is having all kinds of problems down in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is working okay for him, but he cannot get through 1 and 2.
Probably the 2 drivers who evoke the most emotion from the crowd here. We've got people standing up cheering for Dale Earnhardt. And we have almost as many standing up cheering for Jeff Gordon when he is in the lead. Bobby Labonte is just waiting back here in 3rd watching.
And here's a spot that Jeff Gordon is really struggling trying to get around the racetrack. Now this is his sweet spot up in 3 and 4. He'll go in on the top side of Dale Earnhardt and once again try to drive by. Oh, Earnhardt went up there with him. Now Labonte decides to go on the bottom side of the racetrack.
Yeah, he says, if you're going to give me this part down here, I'll take it.
Wow.
Is he going to be able to get the lead? No. Earnhardt will lead that lap. Earnhardt has not had a top 5 finish here since June of 1994.
And once again, Jeff Gordon's car just goes in the corner and takes off. Look at Bobby Labonte goes on the inside.
He tries to. You're right. That turns 1 and 2 is his nemesis right now, whatever that word is.
We know what you mean.
Okay.
Side by side, Labonte and Gordon.
And while they're doing all that racing up there, Tony Stewart is closing in on them.
It's only about a second and a half behind in fourth spot, with Jarrett about 1.9 seconds behind. And Gordon maintains second position.
And once again, Jeff Gordon goes in the corner, and about right here, sometimes his car just takes off and shoots to the top of the racetrack.
On the other hand, Tony Stewart is plastered to the bottom, right along that line at the bottom of the track.
Last time by, Tony Stewart, about a half mile per hour. Check our AutoZone on-track interval. You see he's gained a half second, but taking 5 laps to do it. That just goes to show you how close these cars are.
But he'll probably be able to do it a little bit quicker now, Vinny, because he's close enough now to pick up a little bit of draft, which will certainly help him down the straightaways.
Here's our points leader, Dale Jarrett, running back in the 5th position. Mark Martin, who is second in points, runs in 6th. The top 3 are Earnhardt, Gordon, and Labonte, and there is the 4th place car of Tony Stewart. And last time around, Stewart was still the fastest car on the racetrack.
If Jeff Gordon can find him a line down in 1 and 2 that the DuPont Chevrolet likes, he'll be hard to beat. But if he, so far he's not been able to. He's looked, he's searched, but so far he just can't find it.
Let's check the speeds at the line that time. Bobby Labonte was the quickest car, with Stewart second and Gordon third. There are now less than 20 laps to go. From the Pennzoil Copter cam, they race down into turn number 3. Jeff Gordon has not finished outside the top 6 in the last 9 races. Once again, he goes way up at the top of the racetrack, but cannot take the lead from Earnhardt. Now he pulls alongside, and he may have a run here.
He's got that run that he wants.
Oh!
That's so close, so very, very close.
And you know Earnhardt wasn't going to back off.
But now look at Jeff's car going to the corner. Can he keep it down? Will it stay down?
But look at Bobby Labonte. Now he'll get a run coming off of this corner as a result of them being side by side. Let's see if he can get enough momentum to pull on the inside. Nope, he's going to sit there and watch him for a moment, and just brings Tony Stewart that much closer.
NASCAR racing the way it should be.
This is a classic battle.
And once again, Gordon inches ahead coming across the line.
But here comes Bobby Labonte down the inside. There's 3 around for the lead.
Well, that's the way we used to race here at Michigan. Good to see it happening again. Good year, it looks like did the right thing. We're bringing those tires the way they are because it has produced some great racing. And look at Stewart now, Bob.
Right down on the bottom of the racetrack, and he has caught up with the top 3. It's now a 4-car battle for the lead with less than 18 laps to go.
2 laps ago, Dale Earnhardt with Jeff Gordon's enemy. Now is his friend as he tries to use the draft of Earnhardt to stay in front of Labonte and Stewart. But I don't think it's going to work. Labonte move up. Yes, now he's got that second spot.
Here comes Tony Stewart to challenge Jeff Gordon, and Bobby Labonte will go to the bottom of the racetrack and take the lead from Dale Earnhardt.
And Tony Stewart's going to try to go with it.
The Joe Gibbs drivers are